But yeah, you think it affect the followers though?
For my niche, I feel like it would like affect the followers. I feel like trying to sell like a course, with everything still going on and how everything is like a learning process. I feel like when you trying to like really just give, I can't even explain it. It's everything. It's like a new concept, but I really feel like when you're trying to sell people something, your influence kind of goes down a little bit. Like you don't want to be the person that somebody looks at like, okay, he's just posting because he wants to sell me something. Unless it's something where it's just like a survival thing, like making money or something like that, where it's like, okay, I know if I buy this, I'm guaranteed to make my life better. I don't want to be that person to do that. I feel like you'll lose your influence when you're trying to naturally let people know about things that you like and gravitate the right people towards it when there's no money involved versus when there is money involved.
So you feel like it's more like niche based. Like so if you
Yeah.
talking about something like you saying that's more beneficial for somebody as for like a business side aspect of it, like you think that'll be
That'll
make
be
more
different
sense?
because it's more a part of their business. Like whether it's if your business is to sell money, then by all means, like that's your niche and you can grow from that. But if you just kind of like if you're not really selling money and you're trying to either like sell a dream or sell like influence, I feel like you're not gonna go as far. You know
You
what I
ever
mean?
thought about doing like a destination type like a playbook almost like for going out the country or like travel destinations and stuff like that? Like that's not necessarily like a course, but that's still something that I think people would be interested in, almost like a cookbook or something. You know what I'm saying? Like people invest in recipes and different
Yeah.
things like that. Like I know for myself, like when I go out the country, like I not always, but I go to your page and see if you've been there just so I
Yeah.
can hit you up and be like, dog, like, what's it like in this country? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when I went to St. Martin, you know what I'm saying? Like I hit you up,
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, what's good there to do? You get what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of the plays that you did ended up being like some of the experiences that I did, and I really enjoyed that. You feel me? So like, I think that's something you might want to like tap into, dog. Like, you feel me? Because you could probably make some good money off of that, and it's not like how you saying like just selling it to be selling it. It's more so like if it's for you, like that type of content, like that's what you're looking for. Like if you interested in traveling and going around the world or whatever, like experiencing different things, why not get experience with somebody that been there? You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah, no, it definitely would be like a good business model for real, like selling itineraries and everything like that. But I feel like with me, I would kind of have it forced a little bit because if I made it, I would probably tell people about it once. And after I do it like once and tell people about it once, if I keep trying to sell it, I feel like it'll be forced because I'm not going back there actively. Like, hey, I'm going back to St. Martin. Don't forget buy this course or buy not the course, but buy this itinerary.
Yeah.
I would have to probably keep promoting it versus if I go one time, the free value is there. You have a good experience. Now you trust me even more. And I feel like that trustworthiness goes longer than, hey, I just sold you an itinerary for $15. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. What about like a travel community? You ever thought about doing something like that?
So my biggest thing right now is I don't want to force anything. I want things to kind of just come to me, almost like some serendipity type of stuff. But I actually got a company that hit me up recently. Want me to do like group trips. So I'm gonna start doing group trips in 2025.
Yeah.
Still trying to decide the destination whether I want to go to London or South Africa. But
You gotta
I
go to the
definitely
motherland
wanna,
first, man. That's what I've been thinking. I'm like, cause I've been thinking about going either Africa or like somewhere in Europe. But it's like I gotta touch Africa first. I feel like you know what I'm saying.
I just feel like with traveling to Africa, it's not as easily accessible because of cost. You
And
know what I mean?
shots.
That too. You
You
got
go
to
to
know.
London, no problem.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went to
Like
London literally.
for instance, I wanted to go to Ghana for
Yeah.
30 December. I didn't know I had to get shots. They told us you had to get yellow fever.
I was supposed to be there too for
Yeah.
28. I was going
With the
I was going with my
heavyweights.
dog Tiki. You know
Yeah.
Tiki?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Root to the brass,
To the
man.
red.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's not as easily accessible. I feel like it's going to like Europe and all the other places. Like, even just like with the cost of the flight, like flying out of Atlanta, it may be like $800. It's more expensive than flying out of New York. And then on top of that, trying to get with people's schedules, trying to go out there for that long. Like, you don't want to go
Gotta
out
have
there
2
for 5
weeks.
days.
Yeah.
You want to go out there for like 10, 12,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I feel like that's not as easy to do versus doing like a quick 7-8 hour flight to Europe or something like that. So
Facts, man. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy HD, and we are live here at the Life in HD podcast, man. As always, I got my brother, Dr. J. Lee, in the building, man. What's going on? Talk to the people.
Man, chilling, bro. Glad to be here. It's a good day, man. Got my brother Jarvis on, dog. It's really a special time. It's November. We all the bruh, so it's Founders Week, Founders
Yeah.
Month. You know what I'm saying? Just really excited to dive into his space, learn about it. Like, never really got a chance to ask dog how he got into it, what he was doing. Just popped up and seen dog all over everybody and their mama Instagram.
Influencing everything too, man. So that's real, like, interesting, you feel me? And that's something that, like he said, we want to talk about and share with our audience, you feel me? Because, like, you know, of course we do real estate construction and everything, but it's like digital real estate. The digital market is going crazy too. And we have so many, like, of our friends, like, and real, like, partners that's in this space, and they're, like, really successful in it. So it's like now we are, you know, exchanging services. You feel me? We teaching and learning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like definitely wanted to bring you on so we could talk about how to, you know what I'm saying, turn them followers into dollars. You get what I'm saying? Because my dog Jarvis then turned it into a real, like, his lifestyle. He done turned that into a career. You feel me? So definitely want to applaud you for that, dog, because that's lit. You feel me? Like, I know a lot of people out here aspire to, you know, be a content creator and do different things like that. You feel me? So it's like bring somebody on to share that light. You feel me? It's gonna be a good little inspiration for him, bro.
yeah, no, I appreciate y'all having me, man. I'm actually excited to be on. Because I don't really tell people like the whole story of how I got started. I be feeling like I call it the greatest story never told, at least one of them. But yeah, man, I'm excited to be here.
Yes, Lord, man. So tell the people a little bit about yourself. You know what I'm saying, where you from, where you went to school, all that good stuff, man. Then we'll get into, you feel me, like the content and all that good stuff, like the business side of things.
Okay. Well, what's going on, y'all? My name is Jarvis. Moved to Atlanta 2020. Graduated from University of Central Florida 2020 during COVID. Basically, when I graduated, before I was in college and going to undergrad, I was in the military doing cool stuff. I was a hospital corpsman, worked at Walter Reed Bethesda, also worked at Naval Medical Center Portsmouth. When I got my honorable discharge, basically we just went back home to Orlando, Florida, where I'm from. Got my bachelor's degree, and I literally graduated right when COVID happened. So when I graduated, it was more so like, damn, I did everything right. And now, as soon as I'm done with school,
The world
nobody
shut down.
hiring. Yeah, everything shut down. I'm like, man, this ain't even right. So I had some time really to just chill for, I want to say like a month or 2 months after I graduated. World was shut down. I'm going on long walks, nature walks and stuff. There wasn't really nothing to do. Like I literally, my whole schedule revolved around going to school, making sure I graduate after I got out of the military. So when it got done, like I didn't have anything else to focus on. So when everything shut down, just like everybody else, I was hopping on the internet, looking up different side hustles. I know for a fact this is kind of like when Earn Your Leisure started popping off, and everybody kept talking about all different things they did. So I started seeing things from a different picture because I'm seeing people older than me, 10 years older than me, in their 40s and their 50s, hopping on the internet, just doing whatever they love to do or figuring out whatever skill they just love to do for fun, and then turning that into like, and they figure out how to monetize. So with me graduating, I got all this time in my hands. I feel like I done cool stuff. I'm educated. It was like, bro, if they can figure this out, like, why can't I figure out internet too? So I kind of made up my a plan to like get out of Florida where ain't nothing going on and just change my whole reality. So my biggest thing was I kind of like started doing self-development, reading books more. I just had more time in my hands. So it was like instead of like binge watching TV and everything, I tried to use COVID as a time to really just like elevate mentally, physically, things like that. So when that happened, I got into Georgia State to get my MBA. What else happened? Found a roommate on Facebook. I don't know, so serious, bro. I found a roommate on Facebook, dead serious, bro.
How did that go?
Bro, honestly, I don't really be trying to force everything. I feel like everything happened at the right time in the right place. So
That's how it's supposed to
basically,
be.
I saw it at the last minute, right before I think probably 2 weeks before I left. Packed up everything in my Camaro, drove up here, was communicating with the dude through Facebook. I was staying in Union City. I still remember the address. It was like 5469 Waverly Drive. Dude was just like, bro, I got a 2-bedroom house. The rent like 1,300, 1,400, but if you pay like 800, you get half of the crib. I'm like, cool, hell yeah. So moved there, saved as much money as I can, kind of got my feet in order, got into grad school, ended up getting a job for the government. And when I got a job at the government, it was mostly remote and things were still kind of like just opening up. So I kind of had like my leeway of using my military benefits to get paid to go to school, learning new things in grad school, and then just getting acclimated to Atlanta. So what started my vlogging career was I was new to the city, moving from Florida where everything shut down to coming to Atlanta where everything wide open.
Everything was
Bro,
open.
everything
But
was
at that
wide
time,
open.
during that time, like around that time period, we was like I was doing like the brunch vibes Atlanta. Like it was like the biggest brunch in the city. It really grew worldwide. We had people coming from all over to come to our brunch. But just like you saying, we were wide open during
Going
the
crazy,
pandemic.
going
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm talking
And
about
everybody
bottles
around the
galore.
country is literally looking at social media like, bro, Atlanta
What's
is
going
like,
on? This is not a real
literally
place. We like
so
Grand Theft
serious.
Auto.
So serious. And everybody just, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people, even people I knew personally was just like, bro, look, I'm finna pack up my stuff and I'm finna move to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, for real. I was one of them people. So I moved here with more of like a intentional decision. Because for me, I really wanted to move to DC, but I didn't get into the grad program that I wanted to get into. And the other grad programs that I wanted to get into, they didn't accept me either. So I was like, okay, Georgia State, I'm going there.
Coming. Yeah.
Yep. So basically just getting on my feet, had the roommate. And once I got the roommate and I saved a little bit of bread, I moved to the city. And when I moved to the city, that's when I kind of started like going out, vlogging and everything. Because the way I saw it, it was just on some like, look, I'm new here. And Atlanta was just like my playground. The way I saw it, literally from Sunday to Monday, there's something to do. Whether
Facts.
you like to go hiking, whether you just want to go to a coffee shop and read and work on your computer. I was still in school at the time, so studying was my thing, studying around like Ponce City Market and stuff like that. And I really just wanted to hop on the internet, and I didn't really have any special talents. I felt like I wasn't funny or nothing. I don't play sports or nothing to give you no drills to look over. I'm not in the real estate field and that, so I was like, bro, what do I know? I know how to hang out.
Hang out, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now you good.
But yeah, I didn't. All I knew was just how to hang out. So I really started vlogging like my experiences. My first vlog was saying, "What's good, y'all? We're into my new apartment downtown Atlanta," and that was like my first vlog and went viral.
You were vlogging like on a regular camera, or
It's on my
just
phone,
like
yeah,
on your
my phone. I still vlog on
See,
my
it
phone.
made
to
it go
this day.
viral?
don't take all the expensive equipment to get it popping, man. Don't let that stop you, man. If you have a passion for it, just get started, man. Go ahead, brother.
What you were saying?
What made it go viral? Like you went from being a regular person with regular following.
So at the time, it was when TikTok was still kind of like booming. Almost whatever you post, it would go viral. But mine, I was talking to people like they could actually like talk back to me. So basically, I was literally talking to people saying like, "What's good, y'all? Like, this is my new apartment. I'm moving in. I'm showing like everything that I'm finna go. Like, I'm showing my new apartment and just saying like, yo, I'm here. Like, letting y'all know like what's good. Follow me or whatever." Then I started doing like daily vlogs where I'll go to grad school, I'll go to a happy hour, and then I'll like just be back at the crib chilling. And then people would start kind of gravitating towards me, like, who the heck is this dude? And TikTok was just one of those platforms where it was a big creative boom for people, especially in that 2020, 2022 time frame. Like there's a lot of people that kind of just hopped on the platform and just being themselves, no special talents, no anything. But overnight, especially over like, I wouldn't say overnight, but over like a year or two, pages just blew up crazy. So now you got like this whole different type of influence where you don't have to have a special talent. You ain't got to be extra funny. You ain't got to be the best looking or anything. Just be yourself, and people gonna gravitate towards you. So I feel like I was a part of that movement where everybody hopping onto a new platform. They kind of seeing what they like, what they don't like, and what you like to see. You'll gravitate like what people like to see. They just gravitate towards, and that's what happened to me.
Man, that's lit.
Yeah.
So what was the turning point where you felt like I could turn this just from me like vlogging to show like I guess my lifestyle to this could actually be a career?
I want to say like my 3rd month in, I was getting like my biggest deal that I had. Like my first 5 months in, I got the city of Macon, and they were like, "Oh, we want you to come to our city and show like this Christmas lights or something like that." So basically,
Really?
so serious, bro.
3 months in.
They're like 3 months in, basically.
Damn, that's lit.
You had to go down to the city of Macon. They was like, "We're gonna pay for your gas, we'll pay for your food, pay for your hotel. Just come out to the city and have a good time." Basically, they threw me like $300 in stipend, but shoot, I would have went for free. I'm thinking like, man, the
Right.
city invited me out. That's pretty lit.
Yeah,
But
that's
at the
dope.
time, yeah, they gave me like $300 to go out there.
perfect.
So that was the
Yeah.
first like
That was like my first time being like told like, "Hey, we got a city that want to work with you just because we like your content." So when I seen that, I was like, "Okay, no, that's pretty cool." Now another time that I did it was going to grad school. I did an entrepreneurship class, and we had to have a like an ending project where basically you start like an innovative business. And I had a group where they were just like, "Oh, we see that you're a content creator," and I was kind of telling them like how I made money and everything like that, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, no, let's do this." So we basically did like a group project on being an influencer in my niche and influencer marketing and stuff. So really just laying everything out. I kind of seen like, okay, I can do this, or I can go this route, I can go this route, and kind of understanding that there's no such thing as like niching down. It's really what you put out and what you can market yourself.
Right.
That companies can use to market through you as well. So that was like my biggest thing.
so basically just like being able to have a product that you can that's something that you using every day almost, right? So it's just something that's just flowing with your day-to-day operations. That's what you're saying?
No, say it one more time. Like having a product.
So a product or brand or a restaurant or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm a brand and I'm reaching out to you and I'm saying, hey, I want you to hold my iPhone for me. If I'm Apple, I'm saying, here, hold my iPhone for me, right? But you just saying like you going through your normal day-to-day and you just saying you might just incorporate the fact that, oh, this my Apple. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, basically just making content that just fits my life.
Yeah.
I figure like that's like the biggest thing that how you market it and work with brands. It was all like a learning process because this influencer marketing space is still super new. It's a multi-million-dollar industry that continues to grow each and every year.
Probably billion.
Yeah, it's more than likely.
With all
billion.
that, like
Nah,
the
for sure.
advertisement
I'm sure.
dollars and stuff that goes into it, yeah.
More than likely. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know it's in the millions for sure.
Facts. Like, and basically what I was saying, like, to my point, like, almost like a Kai Cenat, right? You see how you got all these brands that send him things just to open up on the stream, right? And people would then go and buy that just because they saw him, whatever. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, I think that's dope.
Yeah, influence is powerful, man. Just because you like the person, if somebody likes you, it makes your influence a lot easier. Really just being yourself. People gravitate towards personalities and things like that. Like, one of the biggest things that I noticed as a content creator, I could do all the fancy tricks and all the camera flashes, but I've seen people grow bigger than me with
No
no
edits.
camera tricks, no edits, no nothing. Literally just personality and being themselves. And it kind of made me rethink social media too. Like, social media it's a tool, but the biggest thing about social media, like the biggest thing everybody forget about, is when you on there, the whole goal of it is to be social.
Right.
Not to sell your product, not to just look through it like a TV, but real social connection. And I feel like that's what's boiling down to it now is, I feel like that's what social media is getting back to now is like trying to get that real genuine connection again. Whether you want to be a person that writes negative comments and want to be heard and responded to, or if you just want somebody to talk to you face to face through a screen, like those genuine connections where there's no fancy camera tricks and people just talk to you one on one. I feel like that's what social media is really getting back to now versus what it was turning into when reels and video content had first started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying with that. Like, as far as like just being like organic, being relatable, I think that goes a long way
Super
with the
long, bro.
audience.
I was about to say. So as you were talking, I'm thinking about it. You talked about how you graduated from college. You started the master's, and then you went and worked with the government. Then hear you say you graduated the master's.
No, I didn't graduate. Actually, I stopped.
Why? So let's talk about. I know that, but
All
let's
right,
talk
so,
about it.
Man, so the demand got so crazy for me. So for me, I had my military benefits going to school. So I was able to save money, and then working for the government with the program that I was working, they was paying me as well. So I was getting money two different ways, but I didn't really have to be tied down work because working for the government, it was remote and it was mostly like a learning program. So for the first year, it was really just training, watch some YouTube videos, make sure you do your modules, and then you basically done for the day. So after I'm done with that, I'm done at like 2, 3 o'clock. I got the rest of the day on my hands.
Yeah.
But this is like when COVID happened, when it was just like people like it's virtual. You get your certain tasks done, make sure your stuff done, and the rest of the day is yours. So while all that was happening, I was going to all these lounges, all to these food places, everything like that. There was one time where a restaurant, and shoot, I don't want to say their name, but basically they was on some like, hey, we really want you to come out here. And I was like, bro, I can't. Like, I got class, and then I got to go do this project when I get done, and I got work in the morning. I don't really feel like it. But then they were just on some like, nah, we'll give you money if you come out here. I was like, y'all give me money for what? To go get food?
To come eat?
Yeah, like come eat. I'm like, man, stop playing. They was like, yeah, no, we'll give you $75. I'm like, bro, y'all about to give me $75 and free food? I skipped class that day, went right over there. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I did it for free.
Yeah.
You'd have gave me free food. So once I seen a small business like pay me to go like put something on my social media, and not only that, I think the next day the post went viral. They did like 1 million views, so it changed their whole business. I did it again where I found a spot that was fire, and I told them about my page, and they was like, nah, come through, we'll pay you a fee or whatever. And they ended up paying me. The next day, the dude called me crying like, bro, like, you changed my whole business model.
That's
like,
a blessing.
Like, literally. So it was just like seeing the influence in real time and seeing like how fast it worked. I started getting other big companies hitting me up saying, hey, we want you to make content for us and do this. Like my content started going even more viral. So when that happened, it was like I couldn't get my schoolwork done. And then it would cut into the day of like, okay, I need to go to work today for like the government and get my stuff done on the computer. But it was just like too many projects kept clashing. So once I realized like, bro, I can make more money working with these brands, doing UGC content, doing social media management, because that was another industry that opened up for me too. Because when I was in my MBA program, the biggest thing I kept thinking about when I was doing this social media stuff was like, okay, if I do this one thing, I can't have my eggs all in one basket. How can I innovate and go and diversify? How can I diversify the business? I literally saw that in every industry, no matter what business it was, you need a social media manager, whether you're a plumber, well, not a social media manager, but a social media presence. Whether you're a restaurant, plumber, doctor, lawyer, you do dentistry, you wash cars.
It brings
don't
awareness.
matter. Everybody need a social media presence. So then it was just like, well, shoot, if they like my content on my page, I can work with anybody in like any restaurant that need a social media page. I can work with them too. So I started doing things like, okay, let me see if I can take over this one social media page, and let me see if I can get another page and keep growing them like that. So I started learning how to do social media management and not just posting on my page. So that was like another stream for me. So, okay, I can fall back on social media management, and I got my military benefits. 2 checks coming in. Boom, done with the job. So then it was just like, okay, working on the social media management, couple brands hitting me up, trying to pay me to do things, and then I got my military benefits. All right, I got some fallback plans. But then when it came down to going to school 3 times out of the week, and they transitioned it into going into the classroom.
You were booked up.
It started,
You were booked
started
up.
clashing. And then I also started throwing my own events. That was another thing. So one of the bros, Suede, he threw an event called Mimosa Club.
Yep.
And at the time, it was at this lounge. And y'all already know. Y'all was already
Kiss.
there.
Yeah, we was there.
We was
Y'all
there.
tell the
Tell the people that. Yeah, tell the people that.
Yeah, bro, they was there. They was there like when everything
That's
first
owned
started.
by a Povite too.
Yeah.
Another one of the bros.
So this is a way I could see my influence in real time. So after we threw the party with Mimosa Club, Sway, my boy, he had his own motion going on with LA and taking his parties all around like different cities and stuff like that. But he didn't have like a base in Atlanta. but he wanted to grow the base in Atlanta. So he asked me, he was like, hey man, like, you know, I see you do your thing with the content. You already go to lounges and everything. Do you want to partner with me on a party? I'm like, shoot, I ain't never really throw a party with nobody before. I'm like, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
I like to hang out anyway. I never had my own party. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Did it, sold
Wow.
out.
Yeah, it was turned
Yep.
up. I got on the
Viral.
mic and everything.
He came back. He wanted to do it again. Same thing. Then the club owners noticed it and it was just like, hey, do you want to like continue and do something weekly here? I didn't know anything about the business, and it was really one of those like, bro, if it's not gonna cost me any money to make money. Why not? Like,
Facts.
why not and try? I already liked it anyway, so I started doing it. And when I did it, I didn't really think of it as like throwing parties. I really thought of it as like I'm building a community. Because it was like people from the internet, random strangers, they coming up to this spot. Y'all know how Taste is.
Yeah.
Not to knock the business at all. Taste is my spot. I love Taste to death, especially for giving me that start. But it's literally a spot in the hood in the West End. It's known for after hours.
Yeah.
It's not known for day parties and stuff like that.
No.
Literally, it was people all around the city like, bro, you're here? You're doing this here?
Here? Yeah.
Like, how are you doing
At the
this
3
here?
that 3
Literally.
a.m. to 6 a.m. spot? Like,
Yeah, and people was just like dumbfounded, and I didn't really understand what was going on until I realized, like, okay, like this is actually like a real thing. Like I actually kind of turned the whole business around and created a demand at a time slot where they usually have no customers at all. So when they brought me on board, I kind of grew a community where it was like they love to come kick it with me every week. We always had a good time. There was no issues, no violence, no nothing. And I really got to connect with people that followed me to where it was just like I don't look at them as followers, I look at them as friends.
yeah.
So yeah, after Taste, I kind of left them alone because it was the numbers wasn't really making sense. No bad blood to them, but I just had like a bad agreement. Like I was making the spot like a thousands of money a week, and I'm getting paid like hundreds of dollars. So when I started learning the game a little more, it was more so like, okay, even though you love the spot, they gave you your start, like you really gotta. Like,
that nightlife
was fun.
I ain't gonna lie.
Business at this time.
That nightlife is crazy, bro.
Different,
Especially
bro.
when it comes down to
Different.
like
You gotta know.
promoters. You really are like you're like an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else in the club works for the club for the most part, right? You got the security guards, you got the bartenders, the bottle girls, right? Everybody works for the club. You know what I'm saying? You're technically coming in as the outsider. So it's like
Yeah.
if you're not paying attention to the money and you don't like understand how the promoter lifestyle goes, you will get screwed.
Yeah,
bro. You know what I'm saying?
It
It's just a
ain't
learning thing, though.
It ain't the most ethical environment. Like
No.
Because
like,
it's
at
cash
all,
heavy.
like,
yeah.
It's not. So once I realized like everything wasn't like free flowing how I wanted to be, and it was just like things that I feel like wasn't going my way, I just left. Like literally, it was like just no bad blood. I ain't go hunting for money. It was like, look, this doesn't even feel right being here anymore. Appreciate y'all for the start. I'm finna go try something else somewhere else. But after I left there, it was like a buzz going around where people were just like, oh, we want you to come to our venue and do this, or come to our thing and do this. But my biggest things was I wasn't really chasing the money. I really was chasing that community. So instead of me doing events where I'm like, oh, I want the highest dollar, I want the most bread and everything. Because when I was doing Taste, I was not charging at the door. I was like, bro, I want it free every single day, all day. No, not charging anything. I really want people to just come in, pull up.
vibe.
I didn't even want people to buy sections. I wanted to just walk in. You got a spot, go sit right there, whatever y'all do. Because I really just wanted to be just one of those open flowing, like, yo, we just really just here to have a good time. It wasn't really
You
the
ever
money
thought about
aspect.
opening up like your own spot one day, like your own?
Nah.
I guess like
Nah, I
Speak
didn't.
Easy or something like that.
It would have to be one of those projects where I'm older and I'm really just doing it for the fun. I got the bread for it. Because I'm not gonna lie, the digital space is different.
Yeah,
I don't have no overhead.
nothing.
I ain't got no worries. Like, it's really just I'm creating things out of my head and having fun with it. I don't really have to put up any money. That's like the best business model to me.
It is
Worry free.
No overhead is
That's a
the
big
best
blessing.
business.
That's what I'm recently realizing. Like in digital space and marketing, where there's no overhead. So the return you can make as a digital investor versus like a traditional business owner, like you ultimately have no way to lose really. Because if your content work, it work. If it don't, it don't. Make some more. Whereas with us, like brick and mortar businesses, like those restaurants and lounges, they have employees, insurance, taxes, like, bro, payroll, materials, like it's
So
crazy.
I'm sure you have some type of overhead, but it's not like the same.
It's not
like
as
how you
crazy.
saying,
Yeah, it ain't as crazy. Like I could be
So-
on some, we don't need that. Let's just stop that right there. Like
yeah.
if I have to do content and I got to go out of town and I need to do like very, very specific content, maybe I have to hire like a photographer or something like that, or get like clothes and things like that. But I don't have like no crazy overhead where it's like, oh well, now I got to pay $10,000 a month or a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No running bills where it's like, okay, if I don't get like no cash flow in, my bank account is going to keep getting drained. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you run ads or everything has just been like straight up organic,
So-
just naturally viral?
I've actually been trying to run ads just to learn them and learn the space. So the only time I run ads is literally either when a company pays for it and they're like, we're doing a partnership and they're doing like a whitelisting. Basically, that you can run an ad where you don't post it on your page, but it's just flowing through the internet.
I ain't
That's
know about
dope.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, so like you can make content for a page. But let's say like McDonald's. You can make content eating a burger. They got a new burger coming out or a new wing, like not wing, but like a new flavor of something coming out. Or like
Shit, you never know what McDonald's do.
yeah, you never
They do
know,
have
bro.
that
Like,
down.
but basically they could take that video, throw it on TikTok, and literally just make it as an ad without you having to post it.
I get what you're saying. Like it's
Yeah.
just sponsored by them. I
Yep.
get what you're saying.
So where did the name come from?
The name Vibes and ATL.
Yeah.
So really, at first,
Who was the first name?
the first name was Something to Eat. SUMDAEAT. Because at first I did want to make a restaurant, and the restaurant name would be called Something to Eat.
Something to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I would just serve like kind of whatever, like whether it be wings and fries, pasta, seafood, whatever. It would just be called Something to Eat because then I ain't got to narrow down the menu. I could just change the menu out and change it into whatever I want. I'm not stuck with one type of food.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more I realized you got to do hard labor when owning the restaurant, well, you technically don't have to, but I
you
would have
should
wanted to
do.
be in the kitchen and doing all the other stuff, doing like the actual manual labor. I kind of shifted away from like wanting to be an owner to be just being on some like, man, you just want to vibe. You just in the city, having a good time, catching the vibe, and that's what the page was about. Really just going out in Atlanta, having a good time, whether I'm going out to a restaurant, going out to a lounge, or if I'm just kicking it at the crib. I still live in Atlanta. Like, this is just my daily life. The whole goal was the page was like a making music video of my life, no matter what I'm doing. Out the country, getting food, going to a sports game, whatever.
Date night.
Yeah.
That was literally the goal. Because I feel like it was fun making a music video of your own life. You just recording yourself. Like, y'all remember Hype Williams? Like, 106 and Park?
Yeah.
I used to love, bro, like, videos and stuff like that. But now, when,
Like
like,
the
the TikTok
POV.
age came out, for me, it was, like, just vlogging about your life and throwing your favorite songs on it. Like, that was, like, my thing at the time. Well, it's still my thing now, but that's the way I saw TikTok. Like, it's a place where I can literally just be organic, vlog my life, tell everything that I'm having, almost like a documentary. But then it kind of just shifted into what I like to do: food, travel, going to restaurants, going to different concerts and things like that.
So boom, let me ask you this: with this being like a job, right? And you going to these different concerts, festivals, you traveling and stuff like that. How do you make it still fun and enjoyable, like while capturing the moment?
Oh, it's still fun. I ain't gonna lie. I was in the military, so it was like some of the stuff I used to have to do for work was annoying. Like, not in like the worst way, but I used to tell people I used to wipe ass for like a professional living.
Yeah.
Like, I was a hospital corpsman, and when you like a general duty corpsman, when you first getting in, if you're working on a hospital ward, you dealing with some patients that really can't like wipe themselves and stuff like that,
Like
or like
VA
clean
patients?
themselves
Yeah.
up. So,
Like vets.
Yeah, either vets or geriatric patients, and we would literally be the ones to just help them out with their daily care. Didn't mind doing it, but it was like a joke in between corpsmen, like, yeah, bro, like when you work with those type of patients, that's just what you do. Like,
Yeah.
you professional ass wiper. That's just, it was just a joke though.
Yeah.
Not like
It's a
saying,
it's a military.
it's like a
joke.
military thing.
It
Yeah,
sound like
yeah.
a CRNA or no?
A CNA.
Basically like a
CNA.
CNA, LPN, like
Yeah.
in between there. But when you not in a hospital and you station like overseas and stuff, like you do a lot more stuff, like way more stuff, especially when you're in the field. You do way more stuff than what you do
Yeah.
in like a general hospital. But at that time, when you like lower ranking and stuff, that's kind of like your duties
Starting
for real.
off.
Just basic patient care, making sure the patient's good. You'll do wound care and stuff like that. But for the most part, when you're on the general ward, that was your thing.
Dang. So at what point did you be like, all right, this is sustainable. I don't got to do nothing else. Like, I'm going to just do content. Like, this is my main income source.
He kind of already said that when
Um,
when he was answering about the school. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, that's when he took out a leap of faith, but he still had
Oh yeah,
military
you're right.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
his social
shoot.
media platforms management.
That first year, honestly, that first year moved so fast because I was like getting used to everything, getting used to negotiating, getting used to brand deals, getting used to brands hitting you up. Like honestly, I'm on my almost on like my fourth year right now. And I probably I've only pitched myself to brands like 6 times. And out of the 6 times, I've gotten 3 yeses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm still navigating the space on pitching. But once I realized I was so busy with just different things, creating events, creating weekly events, helping other people with social media management, doing consulting and things like that. It was like literally, it's endless. Like you literally just make as much money as you want, but it's all up to you and your mindset for real. Like just with social media management alone, if I wanted to have $10,000 every month, I need 10 clients, $1,000 a month,
Easy.
10 bands a month. Easy. So that's the way I looked at it. It was just like a numbers thing. Like, how much money do I need to make a month to sustain my monthly expenses? And then just go from there, keep building from there. But shoot, the content space is just so crazy now. Once you get to a certain point, any idea that you make up is really up to you, and it just becomes fun.
Yeah.
Like, even for y'all, like, y'all big up on real estate, y'all can make any idea that y'all want and come to reality. If y'all want to go buy a lot and build a whole house, y'all got the knowledge for it just because.
Yeah, literally, bro. We do that a lot. Like,
Facts.
it's like we'll gamble on certain stuff just for the experience and know that, oh, it's a gamble, right? But that's the fun of it. Like, okay, even if you take an L, how do you get out of the L? What do we experience during the L? And just the growth potential and possibility of doing it, bro. So, like, that's why I'm like, man, you bold. Like, I had a corporate job, bro, until February
Yeah.
of this year. I worked 6 years, bro, like every
Yeah.
day. And it's similar because I got kind of forced out of corporate. I was working in project management, and then I moved to program management, and then kept going up the ladder. So for me, it became I had to come to the office now to get as a manager level, and I was at a point where either I grow or they put me on a real busy work, sit at the desk type project. Because I think they kind of just started to realize that I was giving them 10%, but my 10% was 90 to 100% to them.
Yeah.
But they wanted me to continue to grow for them. And to grow, I had to come to the office now. I couldn't do it because it'll
Yeah.
cut off my other money. So I
Yeah.
had to kind of quit. But it was that still making millions of dollars is still like, I don't want to give up my cushion.
Yeah.
Because I was able to gamble and not really care.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked you, like, a lot of people ask me too about that. Like, how do you gamble it and be willing to just say, I'm going to just jump out on my faith? You know what I mean?
So this is what happened to me. So the way I see it, when I got the job that I wanted, because the government job was something where I literally could be like, you know what, this is it. Like, this is my career right here, and I'm good with this for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I literally had to sit down and just ask myself, like, bro, if you just stopped and did this same thing for the next 20 years, like, would you be cool with this? Or, like, would you want to try something different just to see what happens? I was more on the side of, like, F it. Like, let's just go see what happens. Because at the end of the day, government ain't going nowhere. I can always go back to the job. So if this doesn't work out, who cares? At least I tried. I'll feel better at least just trying versus on some like, well, I was too scared to see it and I just did this and this was cool with me. Because I just felt like I did way too many things before leading up to this to just settle for average. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I did was more of on a leap of faith. Going into the military, moving to Atlanta, going back to my hometown to go to school and like basically like finishing like my goals of finishing undergrad and stuff like that. So it was like going into a leap of faith felt comfortable to me. So I was like, why not try
You
it?
gotta take risks, man. You gotta take those risks. but calculated risk too. And it seems like you did like a lot of research on what you was doing before you did. It's not like you kind of just jumped into it. You know what I'm saying? And you educated yourself on it. So that's smart. You feel me? And it make a lot of sense. And it shows because of how you're able to, succeed in your journey right now.
Yeah,
That
bro.
shit dope.
You gotta have a backup plan. You gotta have a backup plan. Your backup plan gotta have a backup plan. That's the way I see it. Because if your backup plan fall, what you gotta fall on? What do you have to fall on? You gotta literally
real.
think 5, 10 steps ahead. So my biggest thing was think 10 years ahead, but also make sure like your bases are covered just in case it doesn't work. You always want to make sure. You always want to make sure like you go into the mindset that it will work and it's not gonna go wrong. But you also gotta just play it smart too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, scared money don't make no money.
That's a
You know what
fact.
I'm saying? So I always tell people that, like, if you're gonna be scared to invest in yourself, you're gonna work for somebody else forever. You know what I'm saying? So the risk taking comes with a hedge bet, but a calculated risk. So it was smart that you kind of started your stuff, seen the result of it, and then say, I'm gonna just step away because you could kind of smell it and see it. Like, oh, this is
Can
gonna
literally
go
see
great.
it
work.
like in front of my face for sure, for sure. And then on top of that, it's just like when it comes to certain opportunities, they only around for a certain amount of time. And if you miss it, you miss like a
miss that.
lifetime type of thing. And that's for a lot of people that are successful that I noticed. Like there's some people that, they work for it and everything, but the opportunities that they had, if they would have never taken advantage of that one opportunity that was in their face, their whole life wouldn't have changed. If they would have missed that one opportunity, a lot of things that they accomplished would never have happened. So
That's
the biggest
real.
thing was really just taking advantage of that opportunity. And the opportunity for me was that big creative boom. It was like a big creative reset of what the internet wanted. You ain't got to be the richest, ain't got to be an athlete, ain't got to be the biggest social media influencer, model looking, surgeried up. You don't have to be none of that. Just be a regular person.
Just be
And,
yourself.
yeah, so when that opportunity happened, I just hopped on that creative boom, and here we are today.
So what's been your favorite project so far?
My favorite project, man, is working with the tourism boards.
For real?
Yeah, it's so serious, bro. Like, just being able to have a country have so much faith in your content where they just like, here, we got your itinerary for you. Just go have fun, record it, do what you would already would do for free, and we gonna do it, work with you on a business level.
What you mean? Like, you would go to a different country, and they would be like, we're gonna pay for all your excursions, room and board.
Yep.
For just you?
Yeah.
But what about you
Or
got a
if you have a
girl?
companion, yeah, they'll pay for your companion too.
Okay.
Literally. So you can work that out into the contract. So my biggest thing that I learned, I really learned this 2024, but I had to hop on it quick because I saw how much it was expanding. They got this thing right now where you can partner with tourism boards. So you can go to a place like Jackson, Mississippi, Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, and depending on your follower count, they'll pay a creator $7,000, $10,000, $500. Sometimes it may even be gifted where they just pay for your flight, pay for all your excursions and everything. You record the content. You may owe them 3 posts, you may owe them 5 posts. It really all to what you negotiate.
Right.
But once I realized that there was a market for cities and countries hiring people to go do things that you would already go do for free, I had to go jump on it. So
That's huge.
I was
So
so serious. Pay
serious.
for the companion.
And
I remember
then
like, yeah,
I used to get-
like I ain't gonna cap.
I used to get
I'm pulling up.
backlash too
Real
because
talk. I definitely do that.
I used to get backlash too because as a food creator, they felt like I couldn't jump into another niche like traveling.
Traveling, yeah.
But I was trying to tell people like
They
it's
got
not
food all
really-
over the world.
Yeah, it's like it all connects. Like you spend money on food, fine dining, and everything like that.
It's an
9 times
experience.
out
Still
of
an
10,
experience, yeah.
It's an experience. You're also gonna invest in the travel, and they almost go hand in hand. So I was just like, look, I don't see it as niching down. I see it as putting out the content that you can use to leverage yourself to work with different brands and companies that you want to work with. So
Let me ask you a quick question. Have a brand ever, or like any brand, restaurant, whatever, have they paid you or like tried to like give you extra bread to like give them a good review or like say, here goes some extra perks or benefits
oh
if you
nah, heck nah. I mean,
everybody
so
keep it.
they'll literally just pay you and invite you out and just let you give your own critique. My biggest thing is if I don't really like it, and there's been plenty of spots where I did not like you can literally drive around in any part of town in Atlanta and
Find
like
a
go
spot
to
you
a wing spot or just like a hood, like just selling just straight garbage food. Like I've had thousands of places hit me up asking me to come. They always see my videos go viral and everything, but I literally choose places where, and you can see it in my content too. The most things I choose are things that I would like.
Yeah.
Happy hour deals, things in between 5 and 11 and 12 o'clock. I don't really do like the late night club as much, but things where it's just like I can pull up on a regular work day and make it feel like the weekend, that was always my vibe. But I would never really put something I did not like on my page because I know I'm sending real people there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like literally.
Bruh, trust me, I didn't pull a couple date nights off your page.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
literally.
Tulum was a wave.
Yeah, literally,
I'm like,
like-
yeah, $100 off. Perfect.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like
let's do
that was my whole niche. It's not really just going to a spot, but like as a dude, I would think about like, okay, what spot can I bring my girl and I'm
Yeah.
gonna save a little bit of bread because I
That
got
part.
a deal going on. So that's how I feel like I
You being
flourish.
relatable. It's
Basically,
relatable. Yeah.
Because I'm putting people on stuff that I would do, you know? Not really on some like, hey, I'm just gonna take this bread. I'm finna just show all the expensive stuff this place got. Nah, I'm looking for stuff where it's like, oh,
It's in the
2
pocket.
for $100, and I get a wine bottle, and I get 2. I gotta tell my dogs about this. Hold on,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's how I was vlogging it, basically.
Facts. That's lit.
Yeah,
So you wouldn't. So you wouldn't post like a negative review. You only gonna post stuff that you actually want your
nah,
followers
because
and
it's too
subscribers to
powerful.
go.
It's so easy to post something negative and go viral. Like if my goal was to go viral, I could literally just go random places and bash them all day long, get millions of views. I really wanted to do things where it was just like I help people out on giving them value by whether you trying to find like a date night spot or if you're new to the city, you trying to get out a little more, find something that's comfortable for you in your budget or whatever. I never really wanted to do anything to where I'm chasing the bread and chasing like popularity and stuff like that. I really just wanted to keep it me. And talking down on a restaurant, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a small business. It never was really in my forte. If I ever did
respect
talk
that.
something about a bad restaurant, they paid me to talk bad about it. Bro, I'm so serious. And
Somebody paid you to
because they
talk
know it's
back?
quick to go viral for going bad.
And that's when I seen it too, and I understood.
is a
I was
tactic.
like, dang. They had a whole campaign. They called it like the smear campaign. They were just like, bro, just dog us. Like even though you like us, just dog us. And they did it. The thing did like
And it
a
worked?
million something. It definitely worked.
Damn.
It definitely worked.
So you think the social media type influencer content, do you think is helping the markets or you think it's like hurting it?
Which type of markets?
Just in general, like, right? Because as a content creator, everybody has different niches and like things that they into, right? So when brands and businesses reach out to these content creators, do you think these are beneficial or you think it's hurtful?
You ever heard of the place Wagyu House that just opened up here? Y'all never heard of it?
No, what's
the
Wagyu House?
rooftop Wagyu House?
Nah.
Oh, dang, never mind.
You gotta drop a video.
It's a spot. Shoot, I can't even get in.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't even get in. Bro, I don't even be trying to do all like the whole I'm an influencer, let me in or anything like that. But literally it's booked out for like till the mid-December right now.
Damn.
But I feel like it's helping for real. Like not really just in the food industry, just like in all different industries, like whether it's fashion, travel, everything. Because sometimes when some things go viral and it become like a trend, like for instance, the bando.
Yeah,
The bando is known around the country by people. And it really started with them getting on social media. They using influence and stuff like that. Now every
They
time somebody wanna-
marketing geniuses, bro.
Every
Shout out
time-
to Terry, man.
Yeah.
And Burke, my dudes really do their
They
thing.
do their thing,
dog.
bro.
Literally. So it's just like when they wanna when they do campaigns, they mostly use influencer marketing. And it worked because when people come to Atlanta, even my little brothers and sisters, they never
wanna go
know
to the
it.
bando.
I want to go to the bando. Where
Yeah.
y'all seen it at? Social media.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like it's helping. For
Yeah.
sure. Like
I agree.
They invest a lot in their presence and how they do it. Even the theme of the whole store and how you come up in there. Like, I think nowadays people got so lazy with how they market. So when you have a place that has that nice ambiance and vibe or something that's just unique, it's going to always go crazy. Have you thought about doing like pop-up shop, like cooking classes or sipping paints or something like that of your own?
I've wanted to, but honestly, I'd rather just partner with other people and then we just all do things together. Like I don't need the whole loaf. I could do like a couple crumbs or like a piece of the bread. You know
I respect
what I'm
it.
saying?
I respect it.
But my focus is not really trying to chase the money and do things that I'm not generally interested in. Like I'll do a simping paint, go and experience it, but for me to build out an experience, I would have to have everything to the T where I make sure everybody having fun. Because if I do like 2 events and people not having fun or I feel like it's boring or anything, I'm literally just gonna stop doing it and try to go on to something else. But I would rather just partner with people that got the idea that they're passionate about and we bring it to life and it actually become like a good experience for everybody. Because when people are passionate about something, you know they're gonna take it serious. Like you know they're gonna give you like an A1 product and make sure everybody good and stuff like that. So I'd rather do it that way.
Man, he just said a key thing, y'all. Listen, don't chase the money, chase the passion. Because when you're doing stuff for money, you don't really have a true sense of happiness from doing it. It's a temporary thing. Like he said, he can start doing these things, but then if he's not having fun, everybody not having fun, he gonna move on to the next thing. But if you continue doing what you love to do, you're gonna continue to grow and develop and build that following and build your bank account.
Yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, man, like how lucrative is it being an influencer?
It depends on your niche, honestly. It really depends on your niche. It depends on the person too. Depends on the person. It depends on the drive. It can be very lucrative, but at the same time, it could be hard because people may not gravitate towards your personality. You just don't click with some people online. So it really depends on the drive first and foremost. Then it depends on your niche. It's very lucrative if you can be consistent and if you got a good engagement rate and you got people that actually like you and support what you have to say or support like what you're passionate about. But if you don't have those things, it's hard. Like it can get very hard because the influencer marketing can have its times where it can go up, it can go down. But with me, I'm so diversified. If I stop doing influencer marketing, I can focus on social media management. If that stops, I can focus on events. If that stops, I can focus on helping the business run social media ads because I know how to run social media ads now. You know, it's like so many things that I've like diversified myself to where it's like, okay, well, if I want to be influencer anymore, I can go behind the scenes and do it that way.
So you could start a page from zero and grow it viral.
For sure. You can literally pay and start a page from zero and start making it go viral. Whether you want to be through ads, all these different social media outlets that you can pay and do ads through. You can literally buy your followers for real. Not like
you think
Not
you
literally,
followers,
but
yeah.
paying through like posts.
Yeah.
So how do you like, for example, would you see yourself paying for a post on something like Shade Room or ATL Scoop or Black Millionaires? Do you think that's worth it?
Depends on what you're selling, but heck yeah, for sure. Because
Really?
Yes, hell yes.
They be wanting thousands of dollars for those posts.
Yeah,
That's the point.
That's
You
the
think
whole
you could
thing,
grow
though,
a
it's
page like that as
exposure.
well? Like a page with no face and just
Yeah, heck
you could grow a page like that viral?
Yeah, because I understand the formula. Because it's really just clickbait. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, news pages when they spread negativity, the negativity spreads pretty easily. Depending on what you talking about, whether it's celebrities, people have an interest in that. Whether it's local news, everybody's gonna be trying to tap into what's going on around them.
Right.
So if it's like a news based page, it should be pretty simple. You know how to do the right hashtags, know how to post, how to make your content look on a certain thing. Like I got the formula to build up a page like that, but it's just not fun. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Dog
tedious.
say do is fun. He said not all the extra stuff, bro. Just what's fun, what's gonna actually drive you and your passion.
Literally.
So what do you think you can like do to scale it further? Now that you at that, you had like over 250,000 followers on Instagram, probably like 500,000 on TikTok. Like, how do you get from there to 1 million? And then at what point do you start to see returns from TikTok and Instagram on like your following, your content?
To be real, I gotta stop being camera shy. That's my biggest.
Yeah, I'm
thing
like, you
right
don't
now.
really, you talk.
He don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
nah.
do voiceovers.
Yeah, the voiceover be easy. Like the voiceovers be easy, but I'm not really like used to being in front of the camera and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that goes into your point of just like putting it out there, right? Even when you said with your first video, you just like, yo, here's my apartment. Like, what should I put in this joint? Where should I go hang out at? I'm new to Atlanta. Like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of the times as like content creators, and I do this myself, like I might not want to shoot because it's like, bro, I need to get my hair braided. I got to get my hair cut. I want to make sure like this, that, and the third. But it's like, even still, it's like everybody not looking like handsome Squidward every single day, all day. You feel me? Like you
Yep.
gotta have your rough moments. So it's
Gotta
like,
be realistic.
yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta be
basically
real.
realistic. Yeah, it's a working process, honestly. I was kind of under the impression like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I kind of been staying behind the camera, but
Yeah.
I already know what I have to do. But it ain't nothing has not worked. So until it gets to the time where it's like, okay, I need to really like tighten up. Like I'm still like gravitate and get in front of the camera and work more better towards my content. But for the most part, with the things that I'm doing and the output that I need to put out, it works for me to just be behind the scenes, do the voiceover, because I still get a connection by just talking to people. You know what I'm saying?
So can you scale without you always having to be there, like at every restaurant? Like, what do you prefer? Could you send like a partner or a employee or something or intern to go to a restaurant and do a review?
When you
or
say
do you
scale,
prefer
what do you think about scaling in my industry? What do you think?
different cities?
Getting as,
Different
mi-
cities?
get as like how you say,
Different cities.
if I got 10 contracts, that's 10,000 a month. Right. Let's say if you do that, but you like, all right, I got 5 of my creators, and each one of y'all are responsible for managing 10 projects a month. Now we went from $10,000 a month to $1 million a month. Well, I'm missing a couple people.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
missing
like,
like
10,000 to a
I'm missing
million?
5 more people, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like my math was wrong, but yeah.
Excuse me.
Ain't good.
Right now, my biggest thing with scaling, I'm going after this one industry, and it's really entertainment, entertainment and events. That's where I'm focused on scaling right now. I've been doing events in Atlanta for a little bit over like the past 2-3 years, and it's always been at a constant upward motion. Like I just did an event called 50 Shades of Brown, and I promoted it a week before, and I think 4 days after the video dropped, it was sold out.
What?
Sold out, literally. But I've always had that issue though.
Issue?
I've always had that issue.
That blessing.
Oh yeah, the blessing, man.
That's a good,
Sold
that's
out.
a good
blessing.
Oh,
problem.
man, that's a blessing.
But I've had that issue though, as far as just like not getting an event space that can hold the amount of people that want to come to the events and stuff like that. So I've dabbled into the festivals. Those have been great, but those are what I really want to kind of scale and see what I can do and see if I can take those experiences across the country, because I feel like there's like a big demand, like a overly amount of demand for people that just want to go out, have fun, and be around like a community. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain cities where it's just like they don't have a nightlife or a club life or anything, but they still want to go out and have entertainment. You know,
Right.
like corporate professionals living in a place like Phoenix, Arizona. You know, they may not have like a Phoenix probably got a crazy nightlife, but they may not have like a crazy
Compared to
nightlife
Atlanta.
Compared to
Nothing
Atlanta, it'll
gonna
be
hit.
different. But
People might not know about it, and that's the whole point of like
You.
bringing in a creator. You feel me? That's gonna
Mm-hmm.
bring that awareness. You feel me? Because seeing is believing, dog.
Yeah.
That, like you said, like even with our niche for our businesses, like we started shooting the content, and putting more on our page, and that generated more business because people are seeing it, and you know it's just constantly being shared on, you know, let's say whatever restaurant or brand that we might be working with, they're gonna share it on their page. Now other people see it. And, you know, it just, that's how it goes. Like the
Yeah.
word just gets around.
word of mouth.
Man, I truthfully didn't understand the full influence of it until people start coming up to me. Man, I follow you on Instagram literally every day, and I'm not nowhere near like you.
Yeah.
But every day, no matter where I'm at, somebody comes up to me. Oh, man, I follow y'all. Oh, man, I want to tap in with y'all. Oh, man, I've been watching y'all. Oh, I seen y'all on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? People calling and DMing and saying like, I'm like, okay, man, people really do like tap in with this
you,
stuff.
yeah.
I didn't think that people really watched and tapped in how they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always running around, so I'm not on social media like chilling for real. I'm posting and keeping it moving. But a lot of people just scroll and, you know what I'm saying, really tapped in. So, matter of fact, what's the best times to post? Is that a thing or nah?
Man, honestly, it depends on who you are. If you got like an audience that really just checking in on you and always want to see what you up to and everything, it don't matter what time you post. They just going to go check your page because that's all goes down to the engagement rate and if people like you or not. If they really want to see what you're doing in your story and see what you up to, they'll be up at 2 a.m. Hey, what are you doing? Go on this page real quick and see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for instance, artists, like some very, very big artists, they just have that loyal fan base.
Yeah.
As soon as they post, they got 300, 400 comments. You know what I'm saying? But you got some people, they don't really have a big engagement rate. So if they'll post something, they may not get likes, comments, and everything until 2 days later after the post. So it really depends on your engagement rate for real, and just how much people are tapped in tune with you every time you post.
That makes sense.
Have you ever been shadow banned?
Shadow ban? Nah, actually, no, I haven't. I've got other pages that's kind of been shadow banned, but I haven't personally. I thought I was at one point in time, but really it was just you just not putting out the right content.
You
That's
gotta
all it is.
post and stay consistent. You think that's one of the keys for that?
Yeah, you gotta stay consistent for real because you make a video for what, a minute, 30 seconds, 15 seconds. It's only 30 seconds out of a person's day. You know what I'm saying? Versus I don't know how many seconds there is in a day. But that's a very, very small amount of time per day.
Do you think you need to post every day?
Nah, not really at this point, no. You just want to post things that hold value and gives people memories. Things that resonate with people. Whatever your niche is, your industry, kind of make it. The best thing to do is tell something that's like story based because people always are going to remember a story. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes you can hear like a sound, but that sound is not going to resonate like how you paint a picture in somebody's head will. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So would you rather go to the 5-star luxury experience, or would you rather like the unknown secret hole in the wall spot that got like the best food and service?
Put
like,
me at like a 3-star.
At
Like
3-star?
let me feel like I'm fancy, but let me save a little bit of bread too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like in between. I don't really want to go nowhere where I gotta be all uptight. Like, man, this 5-star place to me.
What about
Stuff
you,
together,
Jay Lee?
you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, give me the 3-star with the fire food with the low price. I'm there. See, I'm different though, because I've always been in tune with myself. So
Yeah.
I'm not really big on hype beast. I'm not big on like what everybody else doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'm the type of person that I'll fly row 30 Frontier and
Yeah.
then go stay at the W.
Yeah, at
You know
the
what I'm saying?
Ritz.
In Japan, wherever I'm at.
You want
Yeah.
something that get the job done.
I don't care what's going on. If it makes sense, it makes sense. Like it ain't about what somebody else thinks.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times you get caught into what somebody else thinks, but the whole time it's like what they're doing, you never know what they got going on for real. It's just about what you're seeing. So me, I'm gonna just embrace it. I'm on road 30 Frontier, and I'm gonna take this
I'm gonna get
extra
that too.
$1,000 I just saved on this flight and go live a crazy experience over the country. While you spent this $1,000 to fly Delta to text me when I can't text, but I'm gonna get off and go, you know, yacht, you wanna do this, you wanna do that, we there, we everywhere.
Yup.
Because it's about the overall thought. So I removed the thought of like, it has to sound good to be good. Really, it's either it's good or it's not, because a lot of times the food I like be the hole in the wall spots that are small and they cheap.
Yeah.
I really don't prefer 5-star. Like I went to Gordon Ramsay restaurant in Paris on Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Expensive as hell. You gotta eat there and then go eat somewhere else because they're gonna give you a
It wasn't enough food.
no, it's never enough. So you're gonna pay for 5-star, no seasoning,
Yup.
small food portion, crazy price to say what? I'm at a Michelin star.
I went to a Michelin star restaurant in San Francisco.
Bro, I don't even know what a Michelin star is. It just sounds cool.
Presentation, my boy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it was all right. I'm gonna say this to answer my own question. I want the 5-star and I want the hole in the wall. I want both the experiences. It's kind of like Jay Lee. You get what I'm saying? Like I want the luxurious experience too, but then I don't mind saving my bread. You feel me? And getting that experience as well for something that's like not necessarily unknown, but it's like almost like a if you know, you know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, about the Michelin stars, like just how you saying, you gonna pay for that luxury, but you might not even enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like I had like 2 of the 5 courses I didn't even like. You know what I'm saying? But the price was the price regardless. That wasn't gonna change. You feel me?
Yeah.
it's kind of like Nobu, bro. Like everybody talking about Nobu is supposed to be all this and all that. I looked online and seen the reviews.
Hold on now. Wait a minute now.
You like
I
Nobu?
like Nobu.
Boy, my girl asked me to go to Nobu. I'm gonna tell her no, boo. We ain't going.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like the price is kind of up there for Nobu, but as far as like consistency, depends on what you. If you like sushi and you in that world, it's always like consistent. I'll give them that for sure.
Maybe because I hate sushi though.
So look, boom. If y'all had $50 and had to survive in a city, which city would y'all go to?
To eat,
Just in general.
to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, you got $50. You can go to whatever city you want. I think you got more than $50.
Which one you gonna do though?
Like, what city I would go to?
Yep.
I mean, I'll just go to Atlanta where I know. Like,
You gonna stay here in Atlanta? How you gonna spend your 50?
what would I do, like, for entertainment?
Yep.
Shoot, 50. Where could I go? Probably gonna go to, like, a mom and pop restaurant where the plate's probably, like, for a dinner, they not over, like, $30. Or I go to a Mexican restaurant. Go a long
Where you
way
going,
with that.
Justin? Justin, you probably made that 50 stretch for 2 days, huh?
Boy, what? I make $1 holler.
Telling you.
Man, listen, me, 50, I think I'm definitely like, I'm militant in a sense. Like, I coupon clip still.
Yeah.
So I would probably go somewhere, like my starter pack is gonna be in the morning, I'll give me a breakfast special, like a 2 for $3 from McDonald's, right? And then I'm gonna use my app to get 20% off. Boom. So I'm gonna spend like $2.80. I'm gonna get a sandwich.
If you couldn't go to a chain restaurant, though.
If I couldn't go to a chain restaurant,
Yeah, you can't go to McDonald's and get like dollar meat. You gotta go to like an actual. Are we talking about like actual spots in Atlanta?
Yeah, we talking about we going to like we in the city. Like, let me do it, right?
Yeah.
Boom. For me, I'm going to New Orleans. I'm gonna go to New Orleans for breakfast. I'm going to where I'm going. I'm going to one of the corner stores and get me a hot sausage sandwich. you feel me,
$2.
with the eggs.
Okay.
You feel me? It's probably like $2.
$2.
With like a little big shot of coffee or something like that. I might even go get me a beignet. A beignet might cost like what, $3? You feel me? So we
yeah.
at like 5 right now.
Yeah.
Then for lunch, I'm gonna go get me a po' boy, shrimp po' boy or something like that. Or shrimp platter or some shit. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
we still ain't even hit the 50
In
yet.
New Orleans, you could stretch it, bro,
Yeah.
because you got a lot of corner stores that
sell
literally
food.
you get grits, you'll get eggs and a meat with toast.
Yep.
$2, $1.99.
Yep.
Yo.
Then you could go back there for lunch and get a hot sausage on bun or a shrimp on bun with fries, $4.99.
Yep.
But this is bad for you. You
That's,
feel
that's
me?
not always bad for you though. It's about how you know what I'm saying, how you dress it.
Yeah, it'd be bad, brother. But
It
I
do be
think,
bad.
you know,
Mad
there's
cheese.
ways to finesse. Like, the lunch specials are cool, like wherever you at, kids meals. A lot of the times I learned too, that's my hack. You get a kids meal, like my favorite kids meal hack is I go to Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
I order the nuggets. I get a 6-count nugget with fries, tell them no toy, cup of ice cream. Then I tell them
So you can substitute the toy for
no
the ice
toy,
cream?
cup of ice cream. But the ice cream
What?
alone $2.50. The kids meal $6. You winning. You up.
Man, you know how to
Think about it. Dog, they not gonna give you a smaller chicken nugget because it's a kids meal.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's the same chicken nugget you're gonna get with the 8-count for the adult. You don't need them extra 2 nuggets.
Facts.
What are you talking about?
You get the ice
Know how to
cream.
make it
Ice
stretch.
cream. Make it stretch.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Did y'all, any of y'all ever like write down what y'all wanted to do before y'all got to this point?
I did.
Like
Definitely.
y'all wrote like what y'all actually wanted to do, like how y'all wanted to do everything. Y'all wrote it down.
Yeah,
I wrote a
a lot of the
5-year and a
things.
10-year.
Yeah, a lot of the things that was on my list, we already done kind of knocked out. Like, it was some things that I wrote out when I first got to Morehouse. It was, of course, graduate from Morehouse. I wanted to become the Bruhs. That was something else I wanted to do. I wanted to, jump into the real estate industry and then just continue to grow the brand between me and my brother, which is the Property Bruhs.
Yeah.
You feel me? And really just work for myself, which I've been successful in being able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like working for our family business and stuff like that has just been a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So right now I ain't gonna say I'm cruising because it's just so much. Like we still got our head down working, but it's still like just building all of the different dreams that we have, right? Just continuing to scale the different businesses and bringing everything to light. You know what I'm saying? It's just where I'm at with it right now.
For me, like, I started my plan in 2018. I said I'm gonna do a 5-year plan. So that 5 years was up last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I had already did the plan. By 2021, I was already done. So I did it on the way to work. So at that time, I was like, once again, I'm militant, bro. Like, Dollar Tree. I ate at Dollar Tree for a year straight.
Yeah.
All food. Bought my eggs, bought non-perishable milk, canned goods, oatmeal. Like, eat the same thing every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But I had to ride the train because I worked in Sandy Springs, but I lived in Decatur.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could either get up and ride the train and guarantee 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, and no gas, $30 a month unlimited MARTA pass, or I could drive and spend $200 every 2 weeks on gas and lose 2 hours of traffic every day where I can't do no work.
Yeah.
So I sat on the train and used to be doing my work and writing down my goals because I said, okay, I cannot do this for the rest of my life, but I got to do this right now to get where I want to go. Mm-hmm. So I wrote out my professional, personal, spiritual, and financial goals.
Okay.
I did it over years. So I wrote out my 5-year plan right then and there, bro. Like over a span of like 2-3 weeks, I was just going to train and just write my goals. Like, what do I want to do, man? Like, what is my purpose? Do I want to just work and make money and then have a crib? Because if so, I did that. I bought a crib. I make good money. I got a car. I got money. Like, I've achieved the American dream. Mm-hmm. But what's my dream? So I started to back into it and realize that in order to get to my dream, I have to live in my dream. So every day I said I have to do something that's working towards my goals.
Yeah.
So I'm like very oriented in detail. So I use my calendar, I use my phone to the T. So if I got a 1-year goal, I'm gonna back that into each month and each quarter and each week. You know what I'm saying? Then day by day I break into like what I have to get done. Granted, you always gonna have so much stuff that pop up, but like what was important to me was like the key things, like how many doors I want to have in real estate, my degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to have my doctorate. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have my master's. I wanted to have my real estate, my general contracting. Like I said, I wanted to be done with all that by 30. I'm 27 and I'm done. Like there's no higher real estate. I have a national GC license. I'm a doctor. Like
Now we looking for more stuff.
yeah, like what else to do now? So it's kind of like when you set it out and you be so obsessed with it, you kind of like don't have a way but to be successful. But it's kind of a lot of pressure on yourself at times too, because sometimes I wanted to reach certain goals that I couldn't reach at times. And I had to stop. Like I had a son that wasn't on the list, like for that 5 years.
Yeah.
But in the middle of that, boom, baby boy come, then what? So I gotta reset.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? But you reset, and I had time to think and clear and kind of get my mind right and figure out, okay, now how do I adjust this plan? But really, that was the biggest blessing because when he came, it expedited the plan.
Yeah.
All right, I really got to do
Lit
it
a
now.
fire.
Like,
Lit a fire on everybody.
I got my broker license when he was on the way, and I got my GC license when he was on the way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the first two things. I made my first million 8 days after my son was born. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, bet. Like, but I had to really expedite because I realized that he is coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I said it to say like I planned and really like structured what I wanted to do, how to get there. And then once you get there, it's like, what's next? It's kind of like making money. Like you always like, oh man, I can't wait till I make $1 million.
Then you make $1 million
$1 million.
and you want 100 more.
Yeah, it's like, but it's just all the same thing. It's repetition, and just being able to grow and develop with each goal. Like I think now I've be kind of come immune to like money. Money is not the motivator. Like
It's a tool.
it's just a tool, bro, and it's no different than any other thing. Like once you got money and you've experienced money, it's like it's nothing. It's not exciting anymore. It's like, oh, okay, like what's next? You know what I'm saying? So I just tell people like, man, be purposeful and plan out what it is that you desire. Because now I don't desire money. I don't really desire the fun. I desire really just family. You know what I'm saying? Fatherhood and experiencing a world. Like that's all I want to do. So in my time, I just want to travel. That's my goal right now.
Yeah.
I want to hit all the countries, bro, and continents. Like that's all I want to do and do it with my son. So I just got him a passport E3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with it. It's a flex right there.
It's time. Like my little man got a passport E3. We outside with it.
Yeah.
You know what
Take
I'm
us
saying?
on a family trip, man.
Yeah, so that's the goal, and just how you back into it. So like looking at places now, like okay, where can we go? What's kids friendly? What's gonna make sense to take him now versus later? Probably need to go to Africa at 3, but Mexico, you know what I'm saying? Jamaica, you know, find like a little Disney on Ice tour or some type of big kids convention somewhere and just go there. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'm big on the planning, so I give y'all that tip, man. Like plan out, use your calendar, use your reminders, make task lists every day. Like I have a task list every day, bro. And what I don't finish today, I move to tomorrow. And you know, just prioritize it based on what's like has to get done now.
For sure.
And that's the same thing you do with your money, and you just watch it grow, bro.
Yeah, I feel like for me, when I had wrote like this list down, I feel like that was like a big turning point for me too. Like as far as just like shifting careers and everything. Because for me, my list wasn't really about my goals and what I wanted to do. Mine was really about like an elevated emotion of how I would feel, and then just things that would happen with it. So really, just like another like elevated thought. So I wasn't really thinking about, oh, I want to make $1 million or $2 million. It was really so
Just doing what's gonna make you happy.
basically feeling happy, unlimited, in love with life. And then the things that I wanted to happen was just like make money for my family and my friends and other future generations. Live a life where I don't have to take a vacation from, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like a thought and an elevated emotion. Not really more so like monetary, but just how would you want to feel when everything happened. And then once I kind of got like the picture of how I wanted to feel, I tried to make sure I felt like that, even with anything that I was already going through. Like even if I was waking up at 5 a.m. to do some homework and go to grad school and then going to work and stuff, I felt my elevated emotions already. Like I felt unlimited in love with life because I felt like that's what I really felt like I really was. Like just a young, black, educated dude in a new city figuring things out.
And that's what you were,
just
bro.
having fun.
Yeah,
That's
but
literally what that.
I feel like writing things down is like extremely powerful for everybody.
yeah.
Literally.
You gotta be able to look at it.
Yeah.
Like think about it. If I think about it today, and then I don't look at it, I'm not gonna think about it till I forgot about it. Oh man, I was supposed to do this.
Yep.
Or man, I was supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a key. You dropped the gym though. You said live a life that you don't need a vacation from.
Yeah.
That's critical, bro. Like
Life is
that.
the vacation. For
Life
real.
is
That's
a vacation.
lit. Like I think that's also essential. Like when people tell me like, "Do you love what you do?" I say, I don't do nothing I don't want to do at this point in my life. Like nothing. You feel me? And what I do, I truly enjoy. But that came into being in tune with yourself and learning like what you want to do, how you want to do it. Because if I didn't get paid to do what I do, I would still do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the development is what I like, whether it's personal, professional, real estate. That's why I'm a development doctor, baby. Like,
It's Lord.
Ain't
know what I'm
nothing wrong
saying?
with it.
You
Yeah,
feel
'cause
me?
this is one quote that I heard. Everything that you entertain by is some form of business.
yeah,
And that stuck with me for like the rest of my life. Anytime I feel like I'm having too much fun, I always think to myself, bro, who's making money?
Somebody
on this
making
side?
money off
You
this.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Even when you go to those big old casinos
Yeah,
and all that kind of
everything
stuff,
is
somebody
money.
making
everything
money.
that you are entertained by, it's some form of business, and somebody around this world
Everything.
is capitalized, and have already done it. But
Yup.
like literally, it's like the craziest concept I've ever heard. And it really makes you think. Like when you spending your own money and when you doing all these things with your bread, like okay, how can I do this to have fun and make money too?
That's what turned us up on the real estate kick as well, because it was like, that's something that they're not making any more of. They're not making any more land. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So we're going to get as much of it as possible. You get what I'm saying? So, like, that's powerful, man. We dropped a lot of jewels on this episode, man. And I really want to say that last little part that you said was really impactful. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to understand that providing a life for yourself where you are happy is more important than any monetary value. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we know that money makes things, like, makes life, I ain't gonna say easier, but of course, like, it's a necessity. You feel me? So at the end of the day, being able to do something that not only provides monetary value, but feeds your soul and your spirit and like keep you happy, I think that's very powerful, dog.
And other things too, man, because shoot, if I would have never took that leap of faith, it's so many things that I'm doing now that I wouldn't have been able to do. Like I'm helping out small businesses. I'm helping my little sister get through school. I'm helping my mom with like house repairs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Things that if I would have like been working for the government and did everything right, I wouldn't even be able to afford and give out a helping hand to people that I really care about and love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
and on
real.
top of just like the economic aspect of it, as far as like in our community and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting things where it's just like I'm doing things where it's like sometimes I'm not even doing things for the bread. I literally do things just to help out, and it really has like an actual impact. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I don't have to have like a millions of dollars or anything, but I can still help out like a small business.
Just like you said, when you called, like, when you did that one of your first reviews, and dude called you the next day and was like, bro, like, you don't understand how much you just changed my business. Like, that's huge, man.
Literally, bro.
Like-
and I had to come. I had like, what do you call it? Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I had imposter syndrome. I want to say that second year, it was really like, dang, like this is really happening. All right, is this like am I serving the community? Do I have like a purpose? You know what I'm saying? That second year, that imposter syndrome kind of kicked in with me on some like, okay, bro, why, like you're doing this and everything, but why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what, like, I know you having fun. Because it was a time where it was just like, I was helping people, and then I started having like a lot of fun, and I feel like I wasn't giving back as much as I was getting. So then when I kind of just started noticing, like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm also pouring back into things and doing things to where it's just like I'm not looking for a blessing, but I know that I'm moving in the right way to where it's like good energy will come back to me because I'm pouring good energy out. You know what I'm saying? So that second year, I had to get over imposter syndrome and where I was at and like what type of value I bring as far as just like in the community, being like a positive role model and things like that. Like even with just how I would talk on social media, I didn't want to talk ghetto and stuff like that because I didn't want to be a perception of this is just another ignorant person on the internet with, color of skin. So I even was trying to make sure like I'm more polished up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like strip clubs and just making Atlanta just look like some ghetto place. Like make sure you got your family and
He got
make
those
sure
on the
you
page
portray
too.
it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that second year, shoot, I was going to the strip clubs. I was after hours.
I had an amazing time at the strip club, one of the strip clubs that you posted on your page.
Which one was it?
I forgot the name of it, bro. Platinum or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it might have been
bro.
Platinum, bro. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave
Yeah,
it at
it
that.
was
But
I had
I
to
was about
make
to tell my
sure-
business real quick on the pod, but I ain't gonna do that.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure I cleaned it up and polished everything up and understand like you got like a bigger purpose than what you're doing. Like it's more than just fun. Like you're really like impacting, and there's a ripple effect to it. Because let's say I do give a business some love and I don't charge them or whatever, but that business turns around and the money that they made from that, they go do a back to school drive.
Yeah.
They go do a Thanksgiving giveaway, or like for instance the bando with them and their employees. You notice they don't have like employee turnover. They're getting inner city people and giving them jobs and opportunities, and they pay them more,
Yeah.
and they literally hold them down and changing their lives just from that. Like for me going to help them out with a post, it's helped them
Provide for families.
provide to families, provide and do they mentorships that they do with kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
That's
like
real.
I had to learn that the stuff that I was doing had a ripple effect for the greater good. Even somebody else who had just moved here had to sit down and tell me, like, bro, like I know you feel like you're not doing like a big thing and you feel like it's fun, because sometimes I'll be venting and feel like, I'm not, because I was in the military, helping out wounded warriors and stuff, to just having a job where I'm having fun. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm working, and it makes me want to work even more. But I had to get a realization from somebody else saying, like, bro, you don't understand. Like, some people look at your videos and actually be inspired to go out
Yeah.
and seek community. They be inspired to go out in a city that they're not used to, they're not comfortable with, and just seek interaction, or just go out of their house after having a long, shitty day or something like that.
Facts.
So just seeing the viral at that micro aspect kind of made me realize, like, bro, like you're doing something that actually is like matters and is dope. So
That's real, man. So what's one piece of advice that you could give to somebody that's aspiring to become a content creator or like an influencer like yourself?
I would say, when you're trying to figure out what you want to put out to the world, figure out what is it that you can just talk to some people about endlessly all day, every day. And that's your niche. Whatever it is that you really find passion in, that's your niche. Whether it's fashion, makeup, food, cooking, whatever it is you could talk hours about, that's your thing. And that's what you should share out to the world. And when you share it out, only people that like your views are going to gravitate towards you. And you shouldn't dim your light over things that you like to put out to the world.
So that means
Be consistent.
be yourself, be organic. You feel me? Because when you being yourself, being organic, you being relatable. You feel me? So that's gonna help you grow as a content creator. Make sure you tell the people where they could follow you. And
You know they already following.
yeah, I'm about to say they probably already
Everybody, their
follow.
mama, cousin, and AT.
Instagram and TikTok, Vibes and ATL, 2025. I'm gonna start giving y'all more behind the scenes on YouTube, so y'all can follow me on YouTube, Vibes and ATL as well. Peace and love, y'all. Chase y'all dreams, bro. If y'all doing something right now and y'all don't see y'all lives changing in the next 20 years, doing the same thing that you're doing today, just change it up. See what happens. Whole life could change.
That's real. All right, so just real quick, what's your like next destination that you got coming up?
My next destination?
Yeah, like out the country.
Ooh, out the country. Honestly, I'm done going out the country. I think for 2024, I literally just went to St. Kitts. I
I'm
went
about
to
to say
St. Martin.
the year almost over though, so I mean you gotta have.
Yeah, I'm going to Tulum next week.
Yeah. So right now, I'm actually gonna start planning group trips. So my next destination that I want to do is South Africa, possibly in February, towards the end of February.
Okay.
So that's like my thing, is going to Africa for the first time.
Shit, I'm gonna be looking for.
Let me know.
But I'm trying to work with the tourism board though. I'm trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll go for free. But if you know, I'm
We gotta connect you with our dog Isaac Taggart. We gotta connect you with our dog Isaac Taggart. He connected with
Liberia.
yeah.
oh lit,
He
cool,
lit.
yeah. That sounds cool to me. But yeah, like I'm stepping out my comfort zone of starting to pitch to tourism boards more. So I'm finna see if I can use my content powers to exchange for going to South Africa and make some content for the country or something like that.
That's gonna be dope, man. But bro, once again, bro, we definitely appreciate you for coming on the pod, man. Definitely won't be the last time we have you on, bro. We gonna bring you on again.
Nah, for
Chop
sure.
it up some more. You feel me? Like I said, man, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because you're inspiring the people for sure, man. You're giving people great date nights, good places to get good food, you know what I'm saying? Good drinks and good vibes, you know what I'm saying? You already know, man, it's your boy HD, my brother Dr. Lee, man. We signing off for this week's episode. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. You feel me? Tell somebody about the podcast. You feel me? We're gonna continue to go up and bring on more guests that's gonna inform you guys and inspire you all, man. We just doing this because, you know, this is what we actually love to do, man. Like giving back to the people. This is what we here for, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. See y'all next time.
Cool. Nah, I appreciate you, bro.